Hi, this is Jeannie. Welcome to Cakes and Aprons. Today we will be going back to the 1950s to make a Mississippi mud cake. And the apron I'll be wearing today is a hostess apron of sheer organdy and trimmed with lace. These aprons were more ceremonial than functional and very popular in the 1950s. And women would have many of these to go with different occasions, like this Christmas one here. And our Mississippi mud cake recipe has been passed down from my grandmother to my mother, and it is so simple. It is amazingly tasty and rich. So if you like chocolate, this is a very good recipe during the holidays or anytime really, because it's easy and delicious. So, what was Christmas like in the 1950s when my mother was a little girl and her mom was making the Mississippi mud cake? Well, here we have my mother on the right side, my grandmother in the middle, and my grandpa, and they are sitting in front of their Christmas tree. So, let's start with Christmas trees in the 1950s. Many people loved to get a Scottish pine, a fresh tree, but also aluminum trees were gaining in popularity. So, the Scottish pine was a really popular tree to either cut yourself or get, and people decorated them with loose garland and shiny red balls. By the way, that's my mother sitting there to the left of the tree. Isn't she cute? But at this time period, aluminum trees were also gaining popularity, and these were, of course, easy to assemble and decorate, and you can keep them for the next year. They came in many different colors. They came in silver and white and pink and different shades of green. These artificial trees from the Sears catalog were only $12.49 in the 1950s. Also, you could get artificial snow to put on your tree. Children in the 1950s were encouraged to write to Santa Claus. This child here, who will be waking up probably soon for their Christmas, will find a train set that they might have asked for, and many girls ask for dolls. This is the very popular Madame Alexander doll that my mom is holding. And my mom was so happy to receive the 18-inch bride doll from Madame Alexander's mystery collection. Here she is here, so excited to have it. Now this is the Vogue Ginny doll, but you see that the carrying case, many dolls came with a carrying case, which also was like a little suitcase that you could carry your doll in carefully to take care of it, and it came with clothes and hangers, so you could even buy different outfits for them and keep them all in the case. Another popular present that was on many children's Santa Claus list was the cowboy outfits or Daniel Boone outfits. But the most interesting toy I think of this era was Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. You, as a child, would get this box that you could decorate real vegetables and fruit that was in your house to make your own potato head or vegetable people.
It's Hasbro. Hasbro makes toys. What's new, Hasbro?
Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head with their own cars and trailers. That's what's new. See, Mr. Potato Head has a car and boat trailer. And there's a car and shopping trailer for his wife, Mrs. Potato Head. It's such fun to do and so easy. Like this. Take any fruit or vegetable. Just stick in eyes, then ears, and then the mouth. You can make the funniest looking people in the whole world. Potato Head people look different every time you make them. Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head with cars and trailers come in $1 and $2 sizes.
So now it's time to make the dessert that will pull anyone out of a holiday slump. So put on your Christmas matching pajamas or your sheer hostess apron, and we will make the easy yet decadent Mississippi mud cake. First, you will need 1 cup, or also known as 2 sticks of melted butter, half a cup of cocoa, 2 cups sugar, 4 eggs beaten, 1.5 cups of flour, a dash of salt, vanilla extract, and nuts. I use pecans, and also you'll need marshmallows. Next, butter and flour a 9 by 13 inch baking pan. Melt butter in the microwave and whisk in the cocoa, sugar, eggs, flour, salt, and vanilla. Then you're going to need to fold in the nuts. And what I do is I flatten out my bag and actually just crush my nuts so that they're a good size with a coffee cup. When you have your nuts all ready, just add the rest, a dash of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla, and then fold in the nuts gently. Next, pour this delicious concoction into your pan. Make sure your oven is preheated to 350 degrees and bake for about 30 minutes. It's somewhere between 25 and 30, but mine took exactly 29 minutes. While the cake bakes, it's time to make the frosting. With 4 cups of powdered sugar, a half a cup of evaporated milk, 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons of butter softened, a 1/3 cup of cocoa, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Beat all ingredients until they're smooth. Once your cake is ready and you test it either with a toothpick or a thin knife that comes out clean, you'll want to put the marshmallows on top. Put it back into the oven until the marshmallows are all melted. Once it cools, which you could even wait till the next day, spread over your icing mixture. I did this really carefully because the icing was a little thick, but once you've got it on and it's cooled off a bit, again, you could put it back in the fridge for a couple hours. Then you can cut it and it's ready to serve. This is a great dessert to make the day before. And now it's time to try the Mississippi mud cake. And do you know, I also heard that many people refer to this as the Mississippi mud pie. Look at this, all those layers, and it sort of does look like a muddy Mississippi bank. Do you know that I tried this yesterday right after it got out of the oven, just a little bit, and I love the way that it's more solidified. So I think this is a better dessert the next day. I was gonna eat it with a fork, but this also seems like good finger food. Mmm. That is so decadent and delicious. It is perfect for a chocolate lover. Thank you so much for coming to Cakes and Aprons, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday. See you next time.